Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to another listing and virtual closing gong ceremony, and indeed the first of many in the new NGX era. Earlier in the year, we witnessed the listings of Flour Mill's 29.8 billion Tranche A and Tranche B bond, as well as the listing of Transport Services Limited 12 billion naira 10-year senior guaranteed fixed rate infrastructure bond. Year to date, we have seen over 670 billion in FGN and corporate bonds listed on the NGX platform. Today, I am delighted to welcome the CEO, BUA Cement PLC, Engineer Yusuf Binji, as he joins me to commemorate the listing of the company's 115 billion 7-year Series 1 fixed rate senior unsecured bond issue. This issue, which marks the company's debut bond offering, was oversubscribed by 37%, to the tune of 137.82 billion, and represents the largest amount raised by a corporate issuer in the history of Nigeria's debt capital market. The level of participation is a testament to the confidence placed on this reputable brand by its investors and the entire market. As part of the exchange's strategic drive to executing on its vision of becoming Africa's premier exchange hub and leading capital market infrastructure provider, over the last 10 years, the exchange has embarked on a demutualization process, which came to fruition in March this year and has since then fully transitioned into a demutualized entity. In a seamless fashion, the exchange now operates a new corporate structure with the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, NGX Group, as the non-operating holding company with 3 operating subsidiaries, namely the Nigerian Exchange Limited, NGX, the operating exchange, NGX Regulations Limited, or NGX RegCo, the independent regulatory company, and NGX Real Estate Limited, NGX RelCo, the real estate company. In line with the drive to support Nigeria's economic growth by providing a liquid, efficient, and multi-asset securities exchange hub, the Nigerian Exchange Limited provides a platform that offers investors varied options, including equity, fixed income, and other exchange. We are in a market that is orderly and transparent, whilst leveraging cutting-edge technology. As it's tradition of our issuers, we're providing a platform for raised capital whilst ensuring continuous engagement with relevant stakeholders and the entire capital market community. We therefore also encourage BUA Cement to utilize this platform to provide the market with information about the organization's financial performance, as well as strategic and operational developments through a facts behind the face event. Finally, on behalf of the board and management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, I would like to applaud the board, management, and entire staff of BUA Cement PLC on this successful offering and landmark achievement. We look forward to the successful actualization of future equity and debt capital raising to support your business expansion in line with your overall corporate strategy. I also commend the lead exchange house, Stanbic IBTC Capital Limited, the joint issuing houses, Tito Securities and Union Capital, and all other professional parties to this transaction for ensuring this successful issuance. May I now invite the engineer Binji to make a few remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CEO, for the introduction. I would like to first of all start by thanking the management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, who have accorded us the invitation to bring trading activities to a close today. Tokumbo and his team, along with our other partners, who steered us to a successful maiden bond issue. To everyone joining us remotely, we say thank you for taking time out to be part of this landmark event, the listing of our Series 1 fixed rate unsubordinated callable bond issue. Indeed, today marks yet another key milestone on our journey to becoming the preferred manufacturer of cement in Nigeria and Africa. You will recall that early last year, BUA Cement was listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange after a series of business consolidations between Columbina Cement Company and Cement Company of Northern Nigeria PLC, which was subsequently delisted and later became CCNN PLC and later on BUA Cement Company. Following the merger, we are the largest cement manufacturer in the Northwest, South-South, and Southeast regions of Nigeria, with an output stock of 8 million metric tons per annum. As part of our growth strategy, we took the deliberate decision to access the debt capital market with the intent to raise 100 billion naira, being the first tranche of our 200 billion naira debt program. However, given the overwhelming response, which was in excess of 130 billion naira, and in accordance with the Securities and Exchanges rules and guidelines, we accepted 115 billion naira as the total subscription amount. For us, this was clearly an assessment of our viable business model, our continued strong financial performance, which resulted in BUA Cement being assigned investment-grade ratings by foremost rating agencies, Augusto & Co. and GCR, and the strength of our product offerings in the marketplace. Through the issue, achieve the following. First, sustain our competitiveness. Considering we had already commenced the construction of a 3 million metric tons per annum line 3 at Sokoto State. Second, it reduced our cost of capital through the mix of debt and equity by taking advantage of the low interest rate environment. And thirdly, we met some of our working capital requirements. Upon completion and commissioning of the project this year, BUA Cement will become the second largest manufacturer of cement in the country, with a total output capacity of 11 million tons per annum across 2 states in Edo and Sokoto, using 4 modern production lines, all in a bid to ensuring the cement requirement of Nigerians are properly catered for, while further positioning for foreign market incursions through our adoption of a business model that prioritizes quality, product support, among other features, including sustainability. As we have recently announced, BUA Cement PLC has signed an agreement in December 2020 with Sinoma CBMI of China to construct 3 new production lines with a total capacity of 9 million tons per annum, thus bringing our expected total installed capacity to 20 million tons per annum within 30 months. In the months ahead, we seek to make added gains on existing strategic pursuits while pursuing new intents. Some of these strategic priorities will include the commissioning of the liquefied natural gas project in Sokoto in May 2021, the expansion projects going on at Adamawa, Edo, and Sokoto states, and we are also going to drive further synergy gains, making inroads into new markets while advancing our footprint in existing markets. We are going to sustain innovation with solutions that improve customer experience, and also the expected issuance of our Series 2 bond to support the planned expansions. Once again, I thank you for having us bring to a close today's trading activities, and we look forward to a collaborative and progressive working relationship with you and members of the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Benji, for your wonderful remarks. May I now invite the CEO of Stanbic IBTC Capital, Mr. Funsho Akere, to make his own remarks.
Thank you, Engineer Benji, and thanks, Olumide. Good afternoon, all. This is a company that's very close to our hearts at Stanbic IBTC Capital, having been involved in the privatization of the then, CCNN, as well as, BUA Cement, which are the cement plants that are now in BUA Cement. We're extremely delighted that, we were able to advise the company on this landmark transaction. I say it's a landmark transaction, and it is one in many respects, but I would only mention 3 points. First is the issue size was 115 billion, which makes this the largest successfully concluded bond issue in the history of the Nigerian capital markets. The second is the bonds were priced at 7.5% fixed rate with a tenure of 7 years. Now, when we chat to our clients, we always emphasize the importance of making sure that you have your ducks in a row so you can launch a transaction when market conditions are perfect. This is one of such instances where we saw BUA Cement take advantage of very supportive conditions in the debt capital market to raise long-term funding at what will be very competitive interest rates. The third, and perhaps the most important, is the level of preparedness and commitment shown by the BUA Cement management team, led by Engineer Binchi and Jack, throughout the issuance process. The investor engagement was extremely detailed, and the management team was able to clearly communicate BUA's growth plans to the investor community. Obviously, this resulted in a 138% subscription level for a large transaction, which is very commendable. I think in closing, on behalf of Stanbic IBTC Capital, Union Capital, and Tido Securities, I would like to thank our client BUA Cement for giving the issuing houses a free hand to guide them through the process, as well as for the commitment they showed towards just ensuring that the transaction was a phenomenal success. Also like to thank the Nigerian Exchange Limited for obviously giving us this platform to list the bonds, and hopefully this will facilitate some secondary market trading. Thank you.
Thank you, Funsho, for your kind words and for your very key and noteworthy remarks. May I now invite the doyen of the market, Alhaji Rashid Yusuf, to make his own comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited and the dealing member of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, I'd like to congratulate Engineer Yusuf Binji and BUA Cement PLC for the issuance and listing of the 115 billion bonds. Like has been said earlier on, you came to the market for a lesser amount, but because of the faith the market are in your operation and your management, you are giving more than what you have. Therefore, it is incumbent on you, just like the market has reposed so much confidence in you, that you should reciprocate that confidence also in the market. And you can't do that in series of ways. You can't do that by keeping a very long-standing and close relationship with the market and taking advantage of the foundation you have raised with this issue and some other action, corporate action you have taken. Take advantage of the market, get close to the market, get close to the stockbroking community, and get close to the Nigerian Exchange Limited. By getting close, it is of mutual benefit for all of us. One, I'd like to highlight to you that prices on Nigerian Stock Exchange are determined by a number of factors. The most important is your published account, which you do annually, and you submit on a quarterly basis. Next to that is the kind of information that you give to the Nigerian Exchange and to the stockbroking community. The kind of information you just contain in your speech now, your plan, your strategy, your maneuvering, even your challenges when you are faced with challenges. And while you are inside a particular, you should be able to carry your issuing house and the Nigerian Exchange along. Don't tell us only the rosy side of your operation. tell us also the challenges you are facing in your industry. Because when we know of the challenges you are facing, then we're likely to appreciate your problem. We're also likely to offer you supporting solutions. And we are, more importantly, likely to understand and reflect all of this in the pricing of your instrument. Like I've said, Nigerian Exchange, the stockbroking community, and your issuing house, another player, are there as your friend. They are there to support you, to make you realize your ambition of becoming the leading player in the market. We like you to continue to be close to us, like you to submit us with information as adequately as possible. Take advantage of the facts behind the figure, which are one of the programs provided by the stock exchange, to come and tell us the facts behind some of the things, some of the measures you are taking, and the facts behind what kind of figure you are publishing. Take advantage also of the other, giving us facts behind the sustainability report. Because when you are telling us you are in a particular region of the country, that is your strategy, that is your business strategy. Come and share it with us, why you think and why you believe that is what you have to do to become number one in the market. And you will be competing and also taking advantage. Share as much of your information with us as possible. Be close to the stockbroking community, be close to the Nigerian Exchange Limited, and be close to the market as a whole. But more importantly, be friendly and be rewarding to your subscriber and your shareholder. They've shown faith in you by giving you, oversubscribing what you are. They expect you also to also show and reciprocate by paying them good dividend, good interest, as and when due, and make them as comfortable as they have made you, so that together we can develop the Nigerian cement market into the leading African one. I want to thank you, like I said, for coming out and giving us the opportunity to have you on the floor.
Doyen, you're muted. Perhaps you can just unmute yourself. Doyen, you're muted.
Please do more of that. Thank you on behalf of the Nigerian Exchange and on behalf of the stockbroking community. Thank you for coming. God bless you, and God continue with your company. Thank you, and you're welcome.
Thank you, Doyen, for your usual comments that are often well received. I think we have about 40 seconds before the market closes. But just before I give you the floor to close the market, I wanted to just add that one of the things that the exchange also supports in facilitating is a factory visit. I know that Doyen would have mentioned that, time permitting, where we get the opportunities for intermediaries to get a sense of what the organization is doing by a physical visit to the factory. So we're certainly in a position to help facilitate that. As a comment for Engineer Benji to just consider post this closing gong ceremony. May I now invite Engineer Benji and his team to close the market. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that familiar sound signifies the end of another successful trading day. I really want to congratulate Engineer Benji and the whole team at BUA for this successful issuance. I also wanted to thank his team for joining us today. Please continue to stay safe. Know that you have a home in the exchange, and we're here to support all the various business strategic initiatives that your organization is going through. This brings this event to an end. Thank you all for joining us. Do continue to stay safe.